What's up, guys? How's everyone doing today? So yeah, click that link that's pinned in the comments section below for me. And if you guys haven't checked out my breakdown of Cameron Vong versus Gavin Gwynn 2, that's up on the channel. We're gonna be going, if watch that one, that's on the fight prediction playlist. Stats don't lie, it's a rematch. Let me know what you think there. We're gonna get into the Pro Box card here in a second. Give me a second. Okay. All right, so yeah, this is the Pro Box card. We're getting a lot of good odds too as well. So wherever you are in the world, check your books. Down here in Australia, I'm gonna be placing my bets with Bet365 and Dabble, but we're gonna be going over the bets on screen with Sportsbet, and I just like, yeah, I just like Sportsbet's functionality on the while I'm streaming, but don't put your bets Sportsbet. The draw will screw you. So Paldo versus Theron. Yakubov versus Cruz, Badillo versus Soto, Ruiz versus Kubicki. I'll show you the card real quick. The card, I mean, there's some really good fights here. So this card has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 14 fights on this Pro Box card. If you're in Australia, Sportsbet is already showing. So Sportsbet is showing the Balderas versus Quiros fight. This is a decent fight too, man. This is a fight that's flying under the radar. Balderas versus Quiros. The Ruiz versus Kubicki, that's 2. Justin Paldo versus Nike, that's 3. This fight right here, Mares versus Soto. This is a good fight. 4. Yakubov versus Chacon, 5. Elijah Pierce versus Para, 6. So it is Wednesday morning here, 6:30 a.m. and we're already getting 6 fights for Pro Box, which is excellent. So what I'm thinking about doing is I think I'm going to do a mixed long parlay that's going to include obviously the UK cards, but I'm also just going to do a Pro Box parlay in a couple days. And man, there's a couple fights on this Pro Box card that I like that, I mean, there's upset alert written on at least 3 of these fights. At least 3 of these fights. We'll start with Mares versus Badillo. So this is a good fight. So I'm still taping all these guys. I'm just running you guys by it. So before you put your bets in, have a look at these fights. This is one where the betting favorite here, Mares versus Soto, like Samaras is $1.47. I think Soto's live here. Nothing I go over today on this live stream is going to be official. What we do with my channel, if you're new to the channel, is we go over all the fights. We talk about where we're going to put our money. We do it all week, right? Earlier in the week, which is now midweek now, Wednesday morning. I'm going to be going live one more time today. We're kind of brainstorming, and I want you guys to do your own work as well. So as you're learning the strategies of betting, as you're learning how to make money betting on boxing, what I like to do is sort of give you guys sort of pointers. This is one of these fights that, as you're doing your film study, make some notes on it. Watch both guys. Later on in the week, if you're going to tell me, you can tell me. I'll tell you who I'm going to pick. Just keep your eyes on this fight. Balderas versus Quiros. Now, these odds are wide in my opinion. So Quiros is a 7-1 dog. Balderas is definitely the favorite here. He has some good gut. Yeah, this isn't. Kiros is getting stopped. This was the wrong fight. This is a prop. This is a prop bet I was going to go over. My bad. But yeah, that's a prop bet. Forget I said that one. The other one on this Probox card. Pierce versus Para. So right now these odds, Elijah Pierce is $1.31. Do your tape on Lorenzo Para. Oh shit, this is an OTX card. I thought this was on the Probox card. Either way, I really like. I think Elijah Pierce is on upset alert. I'm not that big of a believer. I thought this is that OTX card. My bad. This isn't Probox. It seems like every time I watch Elijah Pierce, he gets dropped. It's only a matter of time before he doesn't get up again. We've seen. I mean, he got dropped against Das Marinas. Das Marinas was, what, 42? Oh yeah, this is the only fight on this card I'm getting. Keep an eye on this fight. I don't know what your books are saying. I think Elijah Pierce could lose this fight. I'm definitely taping this. I just have to see more of Para. 23-1-1. Coming off a draw. Yeah, we watched this draw. We watched him fight Omar Trinidad recently. Look, if you're playing off what you've seen recently, we watched Para fight Trinidad. A lot of the boys in my Discord thought Para beat Trinidad. And we watched Elijah Pierce get dropped again early against Das Marinas, and then he got Das Marinas out of there. But I mean, if you're looking to sprinkle something on a dog, I've given these two fights, and it's not like I think Para could beat him. It's not my official pick. I'm not sold on Elijah Pierce. I just don't like his durability. So that fight, that's two. Some people were saying the ladies, Ruiz versus Quebec. I haven't got there yet. Three. So Morris versus Soto, upset alert. Elijah Pierce versus Para, upset alert. And this one, Mean Machine. So Mean Machine is fighting a Spanish kid, Samuel Molina. I'll show you the Pro Box. Mean Machine's 37 years old now. Samuel Molina, I think, is 24, 25. I'm waiting for my moderator in my Discord guild to find more tape on him. I wasn't able to find too much tape. I've watched Mean Machine up until, we've seen him against Bud Croft. We've seen him get stopped as of late. 37 years old, going up against a young Spanish kid. This is Molina, 32, 3-1. People are gonna look at his box rec. They're not gonna. He got stopped early days against Pettijohn. No, he lost. So he lost this majority decision. This is the tape I'm waiting to find, because whenever you see a majority decision L, you know that there could have been some fuckery going on. Scorecards are all over the place. If anybody has this tape, the Pettijohn versus Molina tape, could you send it to me in the Discord? He lost another, so he has two majority decision losses. If you know anything about that, those could go either way. And then he lost to Harutnian in 2021, maybe almost 5 years ago. Harutnian, former Olympian. We've seen Harutnian in there with Shakur before. So, and Harutnian's a good pro. He got hit with a left hook in round 5. Like I said, I'm waiting to tape it. I'm not telling you these are my definite these are my definite picks, but put these near your asterisk. Put a tick by these fights, because, mate, it's gonna, even if it's you get it wrong, look at the value on Molina here. And I'm not talking about throwing these on a parlay. I'm talking about just a single of the Mean Machine Molina fight. You know what? I wish we could do like a split odds parlay. I would bet the house that one of these guys gets upset. Either Mean Machine. One of my buddies who's a sharp, he's talking about Zelfa Barrett too is on upset alert. He's saying Zelfa Barrett has faded so much in the last few fights. And, Zelfa, I guess he's not 28, 29 anymore. Zelfa's getting up there. He's saying Liam Dillon is live. So my point is, do your film study this week, guys. There's money on the table. And I think it's going to be one of those weeks like a few weeks ago where we saw upset after upset. And I'm not talking about just $1.96, $2.02.50 there. Edwin Soto, $2.90 there. Even the Shakan fight. So I'm still doing my tape study. I already uploaded Cameron Vong versus Gavin Gwynn 2. I'm going with Vong there. And then today I'm uploading Ben Whitaker versus Gavansky. Gavazzi. And those odds are really wide. Whitaker versus Gavazzi, what, 10-1, I think now? Yeah, almost 11-1. So there's money on the table. There's a lot of fights to choose from. There's going to be some method of victory props. Fraser Clark versus TKV. The money there is going to either be on points or stoppage. So we're about 13 minutes in. You guys got the gist of where my head's at. That's what I wanted to do in the beginning of this video. I'll give you guys the floor now. I'm also going to, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share this link in the Discord. So for anybody in the Discord who wants to jump on and kind of chat about, maybe you guys watch tape on any of those fights that I just said, and you want to come on and talk about it. So that's another benefit, guys, of joining the Discord. You get more access on my channel. You obviously, the biggest bonus is getting access to the Discord. We just surpassed 300 Johnny Says Boxing VIPs. It's a couple bucks a month. We have boxing in there, MMA, American football. We have hockey. We have baseball. We have basketball. We have soccer. It's insane in there. We have a film study room. We have an algorithm. We have our own algorithm in the Discord that creates parlays every week. We started that 2 weeks ago, and we've spit out 6 parlays. 5 of the 6 have hit. So even if you're new to betting and new to gambling, it's a great tool to access our Discord. You get to become part of the community, and you get to brush shoulders with guys who do this for a living, and also guys at all walks. Not everybody in the Discord is betting. Live call-in link. So there you go. I just shared the live call-in link here. And if anybody in there wants to maybe chat about some film study, chat about any of the potential upset alerts, anything that you guys saw, call in and I'll bring you on the show. So also, guys, if you guys are content creators and you're following my channel, what I also do is help spread the word. So there's a couple of guys who create their own content who are just getting started. I'll help, obviously, if I eat, you eat, and if you eat, I eat. So it's all about all of us eating. Molina took John Fernandez to decision, and you think he can't do the same with Mean Machine. All right, we got some debate going in. Some of the boys I'm gonna say my what's up now. I'm gonna say what's up to everybody. What's up, Alpha? What's up, MMA Better? Ryan Hong in the house. Boxing booth. What's crack a lacking? Dwayne Styles, Probox is awesome. I met Paulie Algieri and Juan Manuel Marquez at the April show. Maryland, great guys. VA in the house. Lil Showtime. It's funny seeing Money Meech's old. For some reason, YouTube went back to all of you guys' old names. You're love Paulie blow up. Me too. I love a nice little Paulie meltdown. These live streams are so early now. EV44. I've done. Oh, because your clocks changed. The clocks have changed. These are all. I do them my same time because I'm running multiple businesses out of my house, and I work for myself. So I keep these live streams will always be 6:30 a.m. my time in Sydney. So we're still good. And then 1 p.m. my time in Sydney. So wherever you are in the world, I know the clocks in the UK changed about a month ago. The clocks in the States changed 2 weeks ago. My clocks here in Australia changed 6 weeks ago. So I'm doing my best, guys. Win Santiago, what's up, big dog? Pierce is minus 450. I think Pierce is on upset alert. Hey guys, whenever you're playing dogs, whenever you're dog hunting, sharp money, you know, don't add it to a parlay with $1.07. Don't even the way I do it, learning from my mistake 2 months ago. For the boys, I did a dog parlay. We did a dog parlay, 3 dogs on one parlay. It was like 28-1 and 2 hit and 1 lost. And I'm like, that's never happening again. I'm never putting 3 dogs on the same parlay because you get 2 and you're feeling good, and then the third one doesn't come home. So what I've been learning with all my dogs, I just do my dogs on a separate ticket, and we're gonna have them barking. I didn't pick a dog last week because I didn't see any odds I liked, but I have hit 4 out of 4. Vaughn, Whitaker, and Frazier should be locks this week. Let's do it. Vaughn, Whitaker. Yeah, 100%. Let me know if you want me to pull those odds up because we could build that right now. Mar the Prince, my upset watches are Francisco Lorenzana versus Cuba Arias. Mark, could you put that in the Discord? I'm not even getting that fight. I'm not getting the Lorenzana versus Arias fight. Yakubov versus Shekhan. See, that's what TJ Chilltown thinks that Shekhan could upset Yakubov. Pearson Parra, I agree. Molina versus. Look at this. I agree. I'm not getting the Sheehy versus Keys fight though. Charlie Sheehy, I'm getting it. That must be in the UK. Cuba card 2, Aris Landi and Lazaro. There's a Cuba card? That's not this week. Is it? December, are you talking about MMA Better? Are you talking about Alam Hanale? That's in December. Yeah, this is the dopest thing about our Discord. I mean, we literally have a Discord that has an algorithm that spits out winning parlays. I mean, so that's our 1L, right? But like, what Discord? This is insane. This is my we creating part now. This is based off of user data. This is relying upon our chat. Win 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 win, and we lost our last one, so we have to make up for that because we're only as good as our last victory. We're only as bad as our last loss. What have you done for me lately? That's what I always say. We got the boys going back and forth. We got Alex. Alex is a bit of a contrarian, which is fine. Alex likes looking for dogs, but he also likes stirring the pot a bit, which we need. We need contrarians. We need discourse. We don't need people agreeing. We don't need everybody siding with each other. We need the debate. The debate allows us to think on both sides. And what do I always say in my Stats Don't Lie videos? This is not an echo chamber. Molina took John. Yeah, the reason why Alex thinks, I feel like I already debunked what Alex said. He was talking about. So Alex goes, I just taped Molina. Shout out to Gil. He mentioned this fight 2 days ago, saying to tape it. Molina is live here. There's a few dogs this week. Alex then puts the Pettyjohn fight up, which, like I said, the Pettyjohn was a majority decision. This fight was an A side. It could have gone 100% to Molina. So if you're using this, if the last thing you guys ever want to do when you're betting is relying solely on box rec and what you see an outcome allegedly is in your reasoning for not picking somebody, because this fight, Molina definitely, half the people said he won this fight. If anything, you should go back to 2021, and the tape I'm looking for is when he got stopped against Harutnian. Anybody, has anyone taped Paldo versus Nike yet? Anyone see Paldo versus Nike? Goiza, holla at your boy. Janabek full fights, he's trashing. I think so. No. My issue with Elam Hunalay, though, is that last fight, man. He fought a kid. He fought like a D level. I think it was Andre Mihalenik from Sydney, and that somebody should have went to prison for making that fight. So he was just playing around with him. I didn't. Don't just watch Janabek versus Mihalik. Watch some other fights. Huey Fury is also fighting a punching bag. I want to see TKV. I want to see TKV and Pierce lose this weekend. Boxing Booth is out for blood. He's like, I want to see blood. Paldo smoked Rakhimov, but Rakhimov is damaged goods. Eddie, what do you guys think of Nike Theron? I heard the boys on Probox, they rate him. You know, they were, I think it was Paulie, or maybe it was Chris. Do you guys rate Theron? So this is the kid. This is the kid who's fighting Mean Machine. He's almost a 3-1 dog. His only losses, he has 3 losses. 2 of them are majority decisions. They could have gone either way. Half the people said he won. And his only other loss was 2021. He got stopped against Harutnian. Almost 5 years ago. Yeah, it's just a bunch of photos. We're just going to see. This is from... Yeah, that's from almost 2.5 years ago. He's still young. We'll see. Obviously, Mean Machine's camp, he's kind of relegated to the fact of just picking off up and comers, which is fine. I mean, you'd have to ask yourself, what are his aspirations? Whenever you have a guy who's been in there with the best in the world and they're in their mid to late 30s, you always have to ask yourself, what are they still fighting for? What are their intentions? Are they still fighting to be a world champion? Are they fighting for paychecks? This is from a year and a half ago. We'll see. I'll let you guys know if I pull the trigger on that fight. Kubicki back just a little over 2 months since the Gabby beat. Is that the Kubicki who got that? Damn, I can't believe that's the same one. You know, in my head, I was thinking of Kawaki, the Polish heavyweight. Is that really the same girl who just got beat up against? Yeah, okay. Maybe a prop bet? Why are you thinking prop here more? What do you guys think about this comment? Janabet sucks. Somebody, what do you guys think about what Kaz comment here? So you think Lara beats him at 42 years old? Look, I'm not going to agree with you and say Janibek sucks, but what I will say is the way I view Alam Hanalei is the way I view Murtazayev. I put them kind of in the same category. They've had, recency bias. People are going to think they're boogeymen. They're both champions in their divisions. They're both, from a non-American perspective, they're both from, far away places in the world with really big last names. And so all of that matters because that adds a little bit of credence to this mystery factor of them being kind of a boogeyman. Alam Hanalei good. Do I think that he is like a boogeyman at 60? No, I don't. I think he can be beat. Do I think Murtazayev is good at 54? Do I think he's the boogeyman at 54? No, I don't think so either. So I'm not saying I disagree with you in saying that Janibek sucks because he definitely doesn't suck. But I don't think he's a boogeyman. I definitely think he could be beaten. Janibek, no, yeah, I think I could see Janibek stopping him. Lara's been in the game a long time, man. Lara's been in the game a long, and you know what Lara's been doing this version of his career. Hour. You start doing, and Janib Elamhunalay could crack. We'll see if he has that timing and if he has that sort of like world class savviness to him. I mean, who's the best guy Janibek has been in there with? These are questions we have to ask. I mean, Lara literally at this stage of the game has lived his entire adult life in big fights. No, you know what I mean? He's lived his entire adult life as a human being on this earth fighting in sort of world title, world level fights as a boxer. Alam Hanalei, I mean, who's he fought? We should be able to say that, right? We should be like who has he fought? Ngama Senge? We taped Ngama Senge. Ngama Senge had a decent record. I mean, Denzel Bentley? I don't know, man. But I think the Lara being what 42 years old now, I think he's gonna be over his head. Am I excited for this fight? Hell yeah, I'm definitely watching this fight because anything could happen. Lara's last loss was to Jared Hurd. I mean, he's lost to Hurd, Canelo, and Paul. He has been around forever. That is insane. He fought Paul Williams. Paul Williams is one of my favorite fighters. I forgot he fought Paul. Damn. That is insane. He fought Paul Williams. That to me, that just sounds like two generations apart, like more than two. It's almost like three generations apart. Because guys from, you know, Paul Williams was already the generation before Lara. No, they're probably around that because I'm 43. Pavlik is 43. We'll be 44 this year. Paul's probably 44, 45. They probably fought each other on the come up. But it does seem crazy that Lara fought Paul Williams. It's just a testament how long Lara has been in the game. Dude, Paul Williams like pocket work, how he would just be able to bend his frame and throw those uppercuts like this and oh my god. I love watching Paul Williams highlight tape. Liam Dillon. Yeah, you're not the first person to tell me this. You're not the first person to tell me this. Rumor is on the street that Yeah, sorry, my internet slipped, dude. I got the internet going nuts, like Paul Wall says. But Liam Dillon for the upset. You're not the first person that's telling me about Zelfa. Zelfa Bear not really having it. Lara, is Pops after Unk? Does it go YN Unk Pops? I want to see the current Zelfa Bear odds. Because Liam Dillon might be a 4-1 dog here. Yeah, Liam Dillon's almost a 5-1 dog here. This is interesting. What's Swaggy saying? Swaggy got Pitbull over Roach. Roach is going to pull a Kenneth Sims and give Pitbull the volume to win the rounds. Ah, good point. I don't know where my money's at yet on there. Right now, I'm slightly leaning into Roach, but I don't know how much of that's recency bias. I have to relook at that fight. We got a couple conversations going on. We got either Lara versus Elam, but we also got Roach versus Pitbull. What are those odds opening? Um, I like kind of keeping it sort of like right in front of us because we got all these fights coming up. But we're 30 minutes in. I'll play you. Same thing Mason did against Noakes. Let me check those current odds. Who's currently the favorite? Is Roach the dog right now? No, Roach is the favorite. Wow. What do you guys think of these odds? So if Pitbull wins, you think he's gonna win on points. So take the plus 310. Either guy probably wins on points. I mean, Lamont on points $1.81. I think I like Roach on points. I don't like this version of Pitbull Cruz. His work, all of his work, his offensive work looks cluttered. He smothers his shots. Optically, I mean, the only thing is what one of the boys said earlier is if Roach gives rounds away due to Pitbull's volume. I mean, it's just going to come down to what this is going to be one of those fights that people are going to choose sides based off of where they're from. Except on our channel. Here on this channel, we'll break it down strategically and contrast the styles. But somebody does pose an interesting point. It's going to come down to output versus precision. What optic do you like more? I just don't like Pitbull's recent. I don't like Pitbull's recent look, like what he's looked like. Me too. It's hard for me to. What's Pitbull's path to victory? And where's this fight taking place at? Is this at 40? No, this is at 30. Hold on. Somebody just said they like Pitbull at 35. I mean, Lamont just fought Tank at 35, but he's a 130 guy. Where's this fight at? Super light. This is at 40. No shit. Is this Lamont's first fight at 40? I guess Lamont he was just killing himself to make 30 because he looked good at 35. He's just like, F it. This is for the interim world super light, the WBC at 40. Interesting. Roach has everything in the bag and more complete. I think so too. I don't. When is the last time Pitbull looked great? If he has low IQ, he entertains the inside. I think is Pitbull. I feel, and people are gonna get offended by this. Pitbull to me almost still feels like he's living off of that like energy from going the distance with Tank. You know what I mean? It's probably why this fight got made. Lamont drew with Tank, and Pitbull went the distance with him. I mean, is that Pitbull's best performance going the distance with Tank? Is Cameron Vaughn? Yeah, 100%. It's confident for me. It's still good for me. Still good. Pitbull's approach centers on heavy body shot. Yeah, I don't like how Floyd. I don't like how Pitbull gives you both shoulders. Pitbull comes in. He doesn't. He never comes in bladed. Both shoulders, punch here, heads here. You know, it's very. You can. It's. People think the word predictable is offensive. You could time it. He's easily timed. A guy like Roach will easily time that. Here, 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 here. And like Lamont is going to be more bladed. Lamont's going to be here, and then he's going to work his angles. I could just see Lamont outclassing Pitbull. See, I think this is for the interim though. What I was told is that because Subaru popped, and if he doesn't administer a B sample, so two things, Showtime. If Matthias doesn't give his B sample, if he doesn't give it, and if he doesn't pass it, he's stripped. Then that belt is going to be on the line for Dalton Smith versus Alberto Puello. That's the rumor I heard. It sounds like it's pretty official. They're just waiting on Subaru Matias and his B sample. Now, if he refuses to do it, he's stripped. If the B sample comes back positive, he's stripped. And then Dalton Smith is fighting Alberto Puello for that vacant belt. So this one is for this fight was already signed for the interim belt. Pitbull's best performance was the Raleigh fight. When was that? When did he fight Raleigh? March 24th. I forgot that. We watched so many fights, mate. I gotta be honest with you. I actually don't remember that fight. Matt Rose and George Rose promoted that fight. Was this on? Oh, this was on the undercard of Zoo. Was it? That was on the undercard of Zoo Fandora? I don't remember it. I watched way too many fights. 63, 69, 65, 66, 68, 64. Wow, one of the judges had Raleigh up. One of the judges had Raleigh up 66, 65 in the Pitbull fight. Just tuning in. Just tuning in. Have you seen that Mean Machine? Yeah, we talked about it. Love Eddie. Go back to the beginning of this video. I talk about it. Damn, I missed a bunch of shit. Showtime best performance Raleigh. I'm tapped in with some guys. Lamont's IQ is there. Swaggy says, I've been watching these Roach interviews. He's talking about trying to stop Pitbull. It tells me he might abandon his mid-range game and try to bang on the inside. Yeah, I kind of look. I'm Swaggy. If I had you on right now with GMS put on the elect, why don't you guys come on? This would be a good chance to go back and forth on why GMS. Because when GMS says that content's a smokescreen, I kind of side with that. I wouldn't expect Roach at this stage of the game with everything on the line for Lamont Roach, right? With his performance against Tank. You know, a guy like Lamont Roach, his whole career, he's known he's had these skills and this tool set to break through to the mainstream, but he never, he didn't have that performance. So for Lamont Roach, he fought Tank to a draw. That was his performance. He broke through to the mainstream. Why abandon what got him there I mean, I wasn't expecting Lamont to catch and shoot with Tank, and obviously Tank didn't expect Lamont to catch and shoot with Tank. So I could see the thing is with Pitbull's game though, he's so pressure forward, front foot style. Like Tank is a counter box. Tank likes countering, and so he never expected somebody to try to counter with him in the pocket. Those were fun exchanges. This fight won't look like that. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see if Pitbull's not a big dude though, and Lamont's not a big dude. We're going to see who has the strength. Who do you think is stronger? Not punching power, but who do you think is going to have the physicality advantage? What is Pitbull? 5'3"? Lamont is what, 5'6", 5'7"? Maybe taller? How tall is Pitbull Cruz? 1.63 meters. Dude, Australia is insane. 1.63 meters in feet. What is 1.63 meters in feet? 5'4". So they say Pitbull was 5'4". He looks shorter than that to me, for real. $1.7 meters, so 5'7". So they say Lamont Roach is 5'6", 5'7". He'll be a couple inches taller. Like who's stronger, do you think? Raleigh was doing his thing. The ref messed up his game plan. Then he got sparked. I'm at work. To banging out with Pitbull Cruz is crazy because he keeps throwing whereas Tank is trying to. Yeah, it's a different style. 100%. It's a totally different style. Tank is a guy who fights and adheres to the fact that he's looking for holes in your offense. He's looking for those gaps in the errors when you commit to a punch. He's looking for your errors, and he generally makes you pay. And that was the first time that somebody that we could remember that stood there with him and he wasn't winning those exchanges. That's when, that sort of style, that sort of back and forth artillery from Lamont Roach I didn't know he had that in him. And Lamont Roach fan, it's kind of like right now, all of a sudden, Devin Haney fans are everywhere and they're acting like they've been here the entire time. It's like, bitch, where you guys been the last 3 years? You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney has a great performance, resurrected his career, and all of a sudden the Haney fans are acting like they've been here. The bitch, y'all motherfuckers came out of nowhere. Shut up. Sit your ass back down. When Lamont Roach, after the Tank fight, and I did a video and I said I didn't know Lamont Roach had that in his bag. All of a sudden, everybody's a Lamont Roach fan. What you talking about? We always knew that. I was like, what are you talking? No, you didn't. Nobody knew that. Nobody picked Lamont Roach to beat Tank. The odds were freaking insane. And if anybody picked and he didn't beat Tank, it was a draw. But nobody had money on Lamont Roach. And it's just sometimes, styles make fights. And this is why, and I left that fight thinking like, holy shit, I knew Lamont was talented. I knew he was a skilled fighter. I guess I always put Lamont Roach in like the category of Kenny Sims Jr. I didn't know he had the physicality, the pop he had. And he did, and he showcased it. And my point was, and I say all this to say that at the highest level in any human performance activity, when you're faced with the greatest competition that you've been faced with, the best people usually are able to step up. And that's what Lamont did. And I was really impressed with that. Diddy Haney support. They are going on the way. We was telling y'all. We was trying to tell y'all. No, you weren't. You guys were making memes and clowning him the whole time. Shut up. Shut your ass up. At 40, Roach might be stronger. Cruz not fighting in his best way. What do you think Cruz's best weight is? How is Roach's footwork? It's good. No, Roach's feet are good. This fight's at 140. That's where I'm kind of hesitant on. You got to remember, Roach went up from 130 to 135, now 140. But to be honest, he wasn't a small 135. I know. These are questions we have to ask. It's a good fight, man. I'm glad the chat's talking about this fight. maybe we break. Maybe I break this. What do you guys think? Should I? I need some. I need your opinion. Should I start doing stats don't lie videos early, or just keep doing the stats don't lie videos week to week? It just has me thinking because right now I only release the stats don't lie videos week to week during fight week. You guys are giving me an idea. Maybe I should start releasing them some fights early. Makey Crazy in the house. What's up, L? Is there an adjustment people can make to fight the taller fighter? Makey, the adjustment, his style is already kind of tailor made for that once he gets on the inside. He's kind of trained his entire career for that. You know, the whole little sort of up and under, both shoulders. What he wants to do is put his head on your chest and throw those hooks over the top. So he's not fighting you from a bladed stance, trying to sort of slip your jab and throw his left hand over. He's coming with both hands. He's going to take one to give one. And once he's inside, body over top. He wants to put, he's the type of guy fighting in the pocket. He wants to put his head on his opponent's chest, right? And Lamont's going to know that. So Lamont probably in the pocket is going to work those angles and try to out angle him. Do it week to week. Because, yeah, that's what I've been doing, Eddie. I was just wanted to hear your feedback on that. During fight week for some fights, for bigger fights week to week, like Jake or AJ or Gary Antoine Russell, you name it. Sent from Pet. You know we ain't doing. Jake Paul versus AJ ain't a fight, mate. Get that out your head. We are not covering that. That's not a real boxing match. But GAR versus Hiroka, that's for real. I can't wait for that fight. I cannot wait for Russell versus Hiroka. I want to see Gary Antoine. If Gary Antoine Russell is spectacular against Hiroka, I know he's calling out Richardson Hitchens. That makes more sense because that's a unified fight at 40. But what I really want to see is GAR versus Haney. No one's saying that. That's the matchup I want to see. I mean, who else at 47? Devin's probably going to become undisputed at 47. I mean, it's going to be who at 47 can beat Haney? It looks like he's going to become. I mean, there's a path there. For him to become undisputed at 47. I think though, if GAR goes up, GAR is what 5'10", 5'11", and he's been making 140 for a long time. I think Antoine Russell could definitely go up to 47, and I would love to see that fight, Russell versus Haney at 47. They were supposed to fight a month ago on the undercard of Jake Paul versus Tank, and I think it got, let's see, it got rescheduled to, I'll pull it up. Wow. So next fight. Did they put it? Did they not reschedule it? Did they reschedule? I'm not seeing a date. Hitchens is going up to 47. Well, Hitchens. I mean, he just won at 40. You would think he'd want to defend. Out of Garcia, Barrios. Well, the champs are Barrios, Crocker, Dev, and Raleigh. Who'd be the hardest for Haney? I mean, just the psychological, probably Garcia, just because of their past. But I don't rate Ryan Garcia as a. I don't rate Ryan Garcia as like a skilled boxer. I'd like to see Conor Benn versus Ryan Garcia. That'd be a fun fight. I mean, people think that Garcia is gonna just beat Mario Barrios. Garcia is not a big dude. He's a small dude. Mario Barrios is a 6 foot tall welterweight who's been boxing. Like, I would probably take Barrios over Garcia in that fight. And I think Patty Donovan beat Crocker. Patty Donovan, who's fighting Liam Paro, that's a good fight. I would see Raleigh versus Devin, but Devin would outbox Raleigh. I don't know. Yeah, I think Barrios beats Garcia too. I wouldn't be comfortable picking Ryan Garcia against Mario. Mario Barrios is a boxer. He could box. He's a good athlete. Garcia is flat, one dimensional, head case. I'm not a Ryan Garcia fan. I think just for the history books, though, we want to see Devin get his get back against Garcia. I'd be interested to seeing how that goes. Who would have thought? Who would have thought after what happened to Dev against Ryan? Who would have thought that there's a possibility in 2026 that Devin and Ryan would fight a unification fight at 47? Because if that is official, Garcia does fight Barrios, and somehow Garcia gets past Barrios, then we're going to see a unification fight at 47 in the rematch, which would be a mass. And this is what they want. This is what they want. This is what that would be massive. That would be the biggest fight for these guys. Bro, let's go. This would be a fun fight, bro. I think what we've seen in Brian, and I think Brian could come back from it, but there are a lot of holes in Brian's game. There's he need what I feel I learned about Brian Norman Jr. in the Devon fight was kind of like what I learned about Charles Conwell against Chino. So I'm still high on Conwell. I want to see Conwell fight again. I'm still high on Norman. I want to see him fight again. But sometimes when you go against a guy with an adverse or a more versatile boxing skill set, you get found out. And sometimes people who are high on you, you know, what Kevin Hart say, they gonna learn today. They gonna learn about some dick today, boy. They gonna learn today. He's like, my dad would come watching my spelling bee, acting like we was playing basketball. He'd have his jogging pants on with no drawers. They're gonna learn today. So I learned that day. I learned about Conwell. I learned about how Conwell's entrances and his setups were so basic. Like Chino really, um, you know, highlighted the fact of how like basic Conwell's offensive strategy was. And so I want to see Conwell fight again. We'll see what he looks like and see if he learned from that loss. And same with Norman. Norman is a guy who just relies so much on toughness, grit, power, and the willingness to be there that he kind of overlooked setups and feints and traps and how to slip a jab. Come on, man. I was talk about watching the house burn down slowly. I was watching the house burn down with a cigarette spark. So watching Norman versus Haney for me, because obviously I picked Norman, was like watching my really nice house burned down with a cigarette. Like, could you imagine how slow that would take? You look the butt of a cigarette, it starts burning through your couch, and it's just slow. I'm like, dude, how are you not? He's not even trying to slip the jab. He's not even parrying the jab. It was just that, and I was like, so I learned that day. Stanionis versus B Norm is a fight. Yes, dude. Stanionis versus Raleigh, Stanionis versus B Norm. I think Stanionis versus Connor Ben. I think Emmanuel Stanionis it will be a champion again at 47. I would take Stanionis over Crocker. I would probably take Stanionis over Raleigh. I think Stanionis will be a champion again at 47. Barrios must be sure Garcia's clean. We never know. That's gonna hang around Garcia's career his whole life. You know what I'm saying? So, boys, if you're still on with me, we're approaching an hour. I say thank you. I didn't hear Floyd is talking about how he heard. So Hitchens is moving up to 47 to fight Dev. All right, I'd love to see that. I didn't hear about that. Good looking out on that. I don't. What is Cigar Talk? I don't watch anything. You don't even have to tell me. This is why I love the chat. I'll rely on you guys to tell me, but I don't watch anyone's content. I don't know what that is, but I trust you. We win, we lose. I hope nobody was foolish to bet what they. Yes, sent from Pet. Perfect time to say this. If you guys are not enjoying betting, if you are betting to get rich, please leave my channel. That sounds weird, right? It sounds counterproductive. I'm a teacher, I'm a coach, I'm an author. I was put on this planet to help people. If you don't know that by now, if you're hanging around my channel, I'm not here trying to sleaze you out or trying to con you and tell you, let's make millions off of betting on. No, we're doing this. I'm doing this for the love of the game. Boxing was my first love. So if you're betting to become a millionaire, this isn't the right channel for you because you're not going to get that narrative from me. Vegas is not Vegas with the opulence because people win. Now we could win. We do win money. We win way more than we lose. And my girl, she's like, "Why don't you bet more money?" My girl's the one telling me like, she asks me to get my bets, and I was like, "No, we are not adding the element of betting into our relationship. That shit is toxic. There's no way I want her part of this. We keep this shit separate." So anyway, what Pet is saying here is if you have the bankroll to bet on boxing and do it for entertainment factor, do it. It's fun. It keeps us we're chatting about it. It keeps us locked in. It's great conversation. It's the best sport in the world. But if you're out here like saying I got rent coming up and I ain't got it, so I need to bet what I do have to double it up, don't do it. I could tell that when you guys are doing it, I could tell the people in our Discord who, by the comments you make, whenever like the people who get like racist and prejudice and misogynistic and hatering and swearing and rude and mean spirited, I know you shouldn't be betting. You shouldn't be gambling. You know what I mean? It's called gambling. This isn't investing. That's another thing when I'm hearing content creators. It's an investment. Shut your ass up. Shit ain't no you gambling. It's kind of like, but the stock market isn't investing. Stock market is gambling too. Investing would be, you know, I'm gonna invest in a business. Like one of my buddies is an angel investor. He did really well for himself at a really young age. So he just travels the world and he finds little startups that he's interested in. Right now he's living in Dubai and he invested in a flying car company. And the flying car company is imagine drag racing, you know, like regular drag racing funny car, but you do it with flying cars. So that's investing. He's investing in the flying car company, hoping to get a return of investment on how successful the startup does. Betting on boxing ain't investing. Betting on boxing is gambling. Just be real with yourself. Just be real with yourself. Cause these cats out, I gotta look. That's what these dudes out here. This shit right here, this shit right here. Hearing people trying to say that makes me laugh. I'm like, stop lying to people, man. Like, what are you talking about? Like, my shit here is a community, so you can leave if you don't like it. But I love that you're here. We're out here trying to learn. We're out here trying to win. We're out here trying to educate. We're out here trying to clown. We clown. Like I use humor. I use the attributes I use in my life on a daily basis are love, humor, and I wrap all that around to make sure I'm the best friend I could be, best coach I could be, best teacher I could be, best partner I could be, all that good stuff. So that's what I have to say about that. Sent from Pet. Appreciate you putting that. Yeah, I don't like this shit that goes down. Oh, my bad. I read this. It's misogyny thinking, but wig split. I don't really ever remember you commenting as of late, but I appreciate you're here. This is a good point, and I got the last time I really got sort of like I was upset in my Discord with the Discord boys because there was a lady fight and it went the distance, and one of the boys bet it. The only lady fight I ever bet for it to end by stoppage is Gabby Fundora. If Gabby isn't fighting, I'm not betting any lady fight to go to end by stoppage. But some of the boys, I think it was Amanda, Amanda's last fight, and versus Katie, and somebody picked it to get stopped, and it didn't. And then you start seeing in the comment section all these guys talking trash about women, and I had to say something. Yeah, that's right. Win Santos spot on, bro. When it comes to betting, I tell you, appreciate you. Sent from Pet. Guys, any cards come? Oh, bro, you just tapping in? There's a bunch of cards. Brother, we got Probox. We got two UK cards. We got the card. We got the card in the Netherlands. We got the card in you got Cuba. There's like 7 cards. We have a lot of fights this week. Guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna be on one more time today. Stay tuned to the channel. I appreciate everybody here. An hour in, we're still at 30. Appreciate you. I'll catch you in the next one.